Hi, it's Brad Gannon here. It's spring 2024. What's going on in real estate? We just had daylight savings time. It's 1 week to spring break. We've got the last cold front hopefully going through, and it's supposed to get warm next weekend. How about the forecast for the real estate market? Well, back in January, there was a lot of buzz. All the realtors were talking that, the market's picking up. It's finally heating up. There's a lot of activity out there. There's some bidding wars, and some of our listings that have been sitting on the market, suddenly we got offers and they were sold. That was great. But was it sustainable? Has it been sustainable? What happened in February? What are we experiencing so far in March? Where do we think it's going to be going? Let's dig into a little bit of data. Let's look at the last report and we'll discuss some segments of the market, bring you up to date. All right, so let's just dive right into the latest market report from the real estate board. So this is Metro Vancouver, stats for all across Metro Vancouver for February 2024. And again, we're already 11 days into March, so we're going to talk about what was the status at the end of February and kind of compare that and help predict what might be ahead for March and April. So the headline was home sellers active bring much needed inventory to the housing market. And that was what kind of changed from January to February. You'll see in February there was 2,070 sales, and that was up from the previous year. Great news, up 13.5%. But it is worthy to note this line right here that it was still 23% below the 10-year seasonal average, which is almost 2,700 sales. So really it wasn't anything to write home about. 2,070 sales, it was a bit meh. Now, the other thing that was happening at the same time, listings were increasing 31% up year over year in February. And that really helped to moderate the market or balance the market and change those sales to active listings ratio. So this is always worth looking at too. Every month is probably the first headline that I glance at. It gives us a picture of whether prices are probably going to go up or down, if there's pressure, upward pressure, downward pressure on pricing. Detached homes, 16%. I would say that's getting close to a buyer's market, whereas attached apartments are quite the opposite, 27 and 25%. So really keep an eye on whether there's more inventory in the townhome and apartment. Now, it's a tale of two different markets in apartments. If you're entry level, $700,000-$800,000 apartment, you're probably still a lot of buyers out there. Apartments asking 1.2 and up, a lot slower. So it can be quite different if you're a condo seller, depending on what price range you're in. And the same again, also for detached homes. Under 2 million can be quite active in some areas, but then the higher end can be a different story. Also very interesting, something I wanted to share, showing the different things that are happening in the market. Inventory is really building in certain product types. Check out this half duplexes in East Van. Now, we had buyers looking for half duplexes last year and the year before that could barely find one. They were on our email list, waiting for the second one popped up, and they would have to come down and see it at the first open house. And just in the last month, I had a buyer that started out with thinking they'd buy a condo in Kitts or the South Canby area, hoping to have a little bit of a view, thinking around 1.2, but then ended up buying a half duplex in East Van because they realized, well, no strata fees, brand new, more space, and a legal basement suite that gave them options for renting it out or having family move in with them, and a little bit of a backyard. Well, guess what? They actually got that list price was around 1.6, and the builder took under that and included GST, which represented getting about 6-7% off the listing price. Quite impressive. I also noticed that almost every listing we went to see, the agents were following up and being quite aggressive. Well, one of the problems we had, there was almost too many choices. So if you do a search here and look at this criteria, this is Greater Vancouver. This area is Vancouver East, half duplex, and I put in under 2 years old. So this is really just searching new, brand new or near new, half duplex in East Van. There's 166 currently listed as of March 11th. That's a lot of inventory. When We could compare that to, let's do a search here for how many have sold in the last, say, 30 days. We'll change this to all sold. And we'll go down here, date range, 30 days back. Oh, 29, that's not bad. So actually more than I expected. Okay, and the sold price range, cheapest around 1.3 up to 2 million. But with 166 listings and 30 selling last month, that's still many months of inventory that's out there. So perhaps that might be an opportunity for somebody that's moving up from a townhome or a condo to consider. Lots of nice neighborhoods in Vancouver East. So as we get into spring break 2024, I would say to buyers, no more FOMO. And what I mean is no more fear of missing out. Back in January, that seemed to be what everybody had. There seemed to be this little bit of panic. Oh, maybe we've seen peak interest rates. They're going to come crashing down. House prices are going to resume their march. It's rocket ship to the moon and I'm not on it. Oh no. I was skeptical at the time, and now I'm more confident that no, conditions have become a little more balanced. There has been more listing up inventory. It's returning to historical norms. That means more choices and a good opportunity and a good environment for buyers to perhaps upsize, for some homeowners to downsize, just make a transition. That is good news. If you are a home seller, I felt in January that perhaps your best opportunity this year was going to be earlier in the year. I still feel that. So don't wait till we get into the dog days of summer. Don't wait till there's more and more people facing mortgage renewals that perhaps are a little more motivated, have to be a little more aggressive in getting their home sold. So keep an eye on that. That will continue to be, I think, the dominant theme or the dominant wild card in the remainder of 2024 and next year as well. People renewing mortgages, are they going to be able to handle the higher payments and the increased pressure? It really remains to be seen. That and foreign buyers, if money can coming from China, always keep an eye on the Chinese part of the market. We're going to talk about that in a different post as well, because that is, I'm tired of people always saying that we are a interest rate driven real estate market. We are not. In Greater Vancouver, I believe, first and foremost, it is how much Asian money is coming, how many Asian buyers are impacting the market, especially anything more than $2 million or any segments of the luxury market. But it could be a good year for you to make a move. More balanced conditions, much better for most of our clients that are doing upsizing or downsizes, those type of lifestyle moves, or perhaps making an investment. As always, if you're wondering about your particular situation or how current market conditions might affect you, please reach out. Don't hesitate to give us a call. Always happy to help.